Okay, R1250GS owners, it's time to duck. There's a big new Tiger in the ring, and the long-time heavyweight beamer is on the ropes. Its legs are wobbling. While its crown has been rocked by a series of technical jabs in the last few years, none have managed to quite knock it off. But Triumph has just launched a premium haymaker, and from the way the judges are talking, the big boxer from Berlin won't parry this one, and may be taking a tumble onto the canvas, its crown rolling off into the outstretched paw of the Tiger. Sure, you've heard it all before, but this time it might actually be different. Triumph have just released their premium heavyweight contenders in the heavyweight GT and ADV bike crowd. The three GTs with their mag wheels and slightly lower suspension are primarily road focused and range in cost from the base level Tiger 1200 GT, starting at 22,300 Canadian, which lacks some of the more techy features of the other models, through to the mid-spec Tiger 1200 GT Pro, priced from 24,800 Canadian, to the GT range topper, the 30-litre tanked Tiger 1200 GT Explorer, which is priced from 27,600 Canadian. But where the Triumph really kidney punch the big 1250 adventure boxer is with the two Rally Tigers, being lighter and equipped with 21-inch front-spoked wheels. The two Rallys are seriously off-road capable bikes, with the Tiger 1200 Rally Pro starting from 25,800 Canadian and the range-topping 30-litre tanked Tiger 1200 Rally Explorer starting from a premium 28,700 Canadian. But for that coin, you get a heck of a lot included. And in their press releases, Triumph have not been shy about squarely taking aim at the world's premier large ADV bike, and have put the BMW R1250GSA firmly in their crosshairs. Almost identical pricing, class-topping specs, lighter weight, and, in the rally range, potentially superior off-road capability all point at a real class leader rather than just a contender. In their press release, Triumph say that the all-new Tiger 1200 has been designed to be the world's most capable, agile and maneuverable large-capacity adventure motorcycle. They claim that the new generation is now more than 25 kilograms lighter than the previous Tiger and up to 17 kilograms lighter than the closest shaft drive competition. I wonder who they're talking about. The wet weights claimed by Triumph vary from 240 kilograms for the base GT to 261 kilograms for the Rally Explorer with the 30-litre tank, compared with the equivalent GSA's wet weight of 270 kilograms. At first, the new Tiger range seems quite confusing, but I'm here to help. The 5 new bikes come in various trim levels, front wheel dimensions, chassis, and tank sizes. While they are in some senses very different, one thing they all have in common is the Tiger 900 inspired engine. Up in both power and torque from the previous engine, the all-new 270-degree T-Plane 1200 Triple delivers its power through a 6-speed slip and assist wet-clutched gearbox. Its manners are more like a big V-twin with plenty of low to mid-level grunt, delivering improved character and tractability at low RPM for creeping through those challenging places, while still thrilling the rider with that triple top end. It's got a gorgeous note and is very tractable, a good blend between road and dirt. The Triple produces 148 horsepower, which is 15 more horsepower than the GS 1250, slightly further up the rev range at 9,000 RPM, with 96 foot-pounds of torque at 7,000 RPM, which is marginally less than the GSA's 105 foot-pounds at 6,250 RPM. So the bikes are very competitive here, with the Triumph perhaps edging it by being a little more sporty. Other things the GTs and the Rallys share are the weight savings on the previous generation. The tanks are now aluminium, or, as you like to say in North America, aluminum, rather than steel. They also share the same lightweight shaft drive, tubular steel frame with forged aluminium outriggers and fabricated bolt-on aluminum rear subframe, although the dimensions, rake and trail, are different. The swing arm, though, is the same across all models. Gone is the heavier and weaker single-sided swing arm of the previous model, replaced with a lighter and stronger twin-sided tri-link aluminum swing arm with twin aluminium torque arms. As mentioned before, The lower 18-inch rear and 19-inch front Tiger GTs are more road-focused than the rallies. The GTs are up to 50mm shorter than the rally frames and share the same chassis dimensions as each other, except for the GT Explorer, which is 11mm longer to accommodate the 30-litre tank. They all have slightly more rake and trail than the rallies, making the GTs slightly more stable, which when factored together with their slightly smaller front wheel dimension of 19 inches will give them a similar feel to the more aggressively raked and trailed rallies that come with their less agile, larger 21-inch spoked front wheels. While the GT, GT Pro and Rally Pro all get 20-litre tanks giving them a potential range of 250 miles or 400 kilometers, the top-of-the-line Explorers in both the GT and Rally range come with a 30-litre tank, giving them a potential range of a whopping 375 miles or 600 kilometers. Suspension is perhaps where the Tigers really catch my attention. The old WP suspenders are gone, replaced on all models by massive 49mm Showa USD semi-active damping shocks on the front. The rear suspension is again semi-actively damped Showa monoshock with automatic electronic preload adjustment. The GTs have 200mm of travel front and rear, with the more off-road focused rallies up another 20mm to an impressive 220mm of wheel travel. All the bikes come with excellent Brembo M4.3 Stylema monoblock radial brakes on a fully floating 320mm disc with an Enduro-inspired Magura HC1 span adjustable radial master cylinder with separate reservoir. These things are premium. The bike is going to stop really well if it's anything like the Triumph Tiger 900. But let's not stop there. Tech is one of my least favorite things to talk about, but the Tigers are loaded. We've already mentioned the semi-active suspension and automatic preload adjustment. This is all controlled via the full-color 7-inch TFT, which is loaded with Bluetooth connectivity, enabling phone calls, turn-by-turn navigation, and for you motovloggers, GoPro control. The top-of-the-line GT Explorer and Rally Explorer feature the all-new Triumph blind spot radar system, which uses a rear-facing radar to let the rider know when another vehicle is in their blind spot, and lane change assist, which gives a more prominent warning if the rider indicates to change lane and there is a vehicle approaching. This is something owners have been requesting. Well done, Triumph. Optimized IMU-supported cornering traction control comes as standard on all of the new lineup. Depending on the model, there are up to 6 riding modes available, which adjust throttle response, ABS, traction control, and suspension settings for maximum rider control in all riding conditions. The Off-Road Pro riding mode is only found on the Rally models and is Triumph's most extreme off-road setup for advanced off-road adventure, with ABS and traction control turned off and an off-road throttle map. All bikes come with a rain mode that has been tailored to deliver the most intervention and is limited to about 98 horsepower for enhanced safety and control when conditions are compromised in the wet. New adaptive cornering LED lights, Triumph Shift Assist, and heated grips come as standard on all models except the base Tiger 1200 GT, where they are an option. Plus, the GT Explorer and the Rally Explorer also come standard with heated rider and pillion seats and the tire pressure monitoring system. For all other models, heated seats and TPMS can be added as an accessory. A nice touch is that the adjustable electronic cruise control and a center stand also come as standard on all models except the base Tiger GT. Taking a cue from real enduro bikes, Triumph have lowered the engine and the tank in the frame by removing the radiator from the front of the bike and splitting it into 2 smaller units either side of the headstock, which are protected, on the Rally Explorer at least, with steel guards as standard. Finally, how does the rider fit into all of this? Well, Triumph have worked hard to make the rider triangle work for standing as well as sitting. The seat has been slimmed down at the front, where it meets the tank, with pegs as low as possible. All models feature a built-in easily adjustable 2-position seat mechanism with 20mm of play. For the GT, GT Pro and GT Explorer there are 2 seat height settings, 850mm and 870mm, while for the Rally Pro and the Rally Explorer these go up to 875mm and 895mm, still lower than the GSA from BMW. The Rallys seem really tall, but Triumph offers a low seat option which lowers the seat position by an additional 20mm. There's no escaping the enormous seat height on the Rallys, but given the nature of the beast, With its nearly 9-inch suspension travel and impressive ground clearance, we can't really complain about that. The screen is easily manually adjustable for the bike. For the GT Explorer and Rally Explorer, the handlebars are 16 millimeters higher than all the other models in the lineup for better ergos when standing on the pegs. This is a nice touch. All the 5 Tigers are available in the Snowdonia White option, while the Pros and Explorers are available in the Sapphire Black or my personal favorite, the 900-inspired matte khaki. While looks are difficult on an ADV bike, particularly one with a beak like this, I must say, apart from Ducati's Desert X, I think the 900 and 1200 Tigers are the best looking ADV bikes on the market. From the front, they have a passing resemblance to the BMW GS1250A as well. Not a coincidence, I think. So overall, what do I think about the new Tiger 1200 range? Well, long-time listeners will know that I personally don't have any interest in taking a large displacement, heavy tech-laden ADV bike off-road, particularly when there are some great lighter alternatives out there from Yamaha, KTM, Husqvarna, and now Aprilia with their Touareg 660. The power on these larger ADV bikes is excessive and cannot be used off-road. Even with hill holding, the weight will likely hinder you from a standing start on a scree-ridden slope, let alone in mud, and balancing across a wet log on one of these bikes is best left to Graham Jarvis, despite the hype. But it's not all about me. There are many riders out there who love this type of bike, and for them the Tigers raise the bar by lowering the weight of big ADV bikes, and for long-distance forest service roads or non-technical single-track dirt twinned with road touring, then the rallies would be serious contenders for those big ADV bike riders. They're premium in both price and spec, and there's certainly a heck of a lot of bike, and even the Rally Pro Explorer comes in at slightly less coin than the equivalent fully loaded, all-singing, all-dancing BMW R1250GSA with its marginal 19-inch front wheel. For many ADV riders, the Triumph Tiger 1200 will be perfectly placed between the tried, trusted and true, if perhaps pedestrian, BMW R1250GSA and the exciting but perhaps less comfortable and slightly temperamental KTM 1290 Adventure. It's too early to say if the magnificent BMW's R1250GSA series crown has been knocked to the canvas, but it has certainly had its gum shield rattled out, and BMW is holding their gloves up to hold on to their large capacity adventure bike crown. What do you think? I'd love to hear your views and opinions on the Triumph's new offering. How legitimate do you think the Tiger 1200 is? Has it turned your head or your stomach? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, thanks for watching everyone. If this is the first time you've watched, please consider subscribing. I do motorcycle reviews, motorcycle related product reviews, off-road and on-road vlogs as well as tours. Even though I'm not the most diligent poster, don't forget to follow me on social media. That's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And to like, and especially, I'm begging you here folks, subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified whenever I release a video. This is the Blue Marble Rider, out.